it's Delicia, Cigar Vixen, and today I'm doing a very special review for my good friends at Cigar Lounger and all of you viewers. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Behike, the infamous Cohiba Behike. This is in a 52 size. This is the smallest of the three Bitolas that are available in the Behike. So I'm going to kind of zoom in for you here so you can take a look at the band, hopefully not giving too much glare off the light. But this is what the band of the Behike looks like. And you can take a look at the beautiful Habano wrapper, practically flawless, just gorgeous. Give you a nice look all the way around this guy here. Nice little finished, very small little pigtail type of cap. But very beautiful, impeccable construction, of course. So I'm going to get this cut up for you and lit up and talk to you about the flavors. This cigar was actually a gift brought back to me from a good friend of mine traveling in London who stopped in at Solder Cigars, and they are in the UK. You can also order, I believe, online from them as well. So if you are in that area, stop by and tell them that you saw the video of their Behikes that they carry. Open draw, very open. Has a slightly spongy feel to it while still being firm. What review would not be complete without my lighter not lighting right away? This lighter is a little strong. I couldn't find my other one. I probably would have used a single torch normally to light this, just to really take my time with it, but this was available. Just really want to give it a good toast. There we go. Excellent flavor right away, very creamy, open. You're getting some different notes of a little bit of a cocoa, very subtle sweet type of spice to it. Just a wonderful, wonderful smoke. Beautiful aroma, just excellent. So anyways, gonna smoke it down a little bit more and come back in and talk to you about any changes that come through on the flavors. So coming into the second third, flavor-wise is amazing. Getting a lot of complexity to this cigar. Started off with some of those cocoa notes. Now getting a little bit of kind of a citrus feel, just a little hint of it, kind of like an orange citrus. Getting some sweeter notes, more of a sweeter chocolate. A little bit of coffee, very creamy, very creamy smoke, and a lot of nice smoke output as well. Very open draw consistently throughout. but a lot of good mixtures of flavors that are matching very well with my palate. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the origin of Cohiba, for those of you who may or may not know. Cohiba, the brand itself, was created in 1966 for Fidel Castro, and at the time was not available for the public. They were only given out as gifts to diplomats and people of higher status, I guess you could say. And then, after the 80s or so, they're more of a limited production, so they're not super easy to get your hands on a hold of one, but there are quite a few imposters that are floating around out there, so if you do want to make sure that if you're going to spend the money on picking up a Cohiba, in this case particularly a Behike, you want to know what to look for on the band. So I have this really cool book that was a gift as well. This was a gift from my friend at Don Lupe Cigars in Long Beach, California. But this kind of talks, I just want to zoom in on the band so you know exactly what to look for. This is again referring to the Behike, which is the fourth brand out of the Cohiba line. And it does come in 3 sizes, the 52, 54, and 56. Kind of fun little piece of history on the name itself. The Cohiba was the original name used by the Taino Indians, which were the original inhabitants of Cuba. That's what they called their bunches of tobacco leaves. They called them Cohibas, so kind of fun there. But this next page is pretty cool because it talks about, it actually shows you the transition of the bands. So this is how they looked in the 80s. This is from 82 to 92, this first little band, and then it changed from 92 to 2003. And then from 2003 to current, and this again is for the classic Cohiba, excluding the Behike. The Behike band is obviously different than this, but these are kind of some cool pictures if you aren't familiar with them. They have their Línea Clásica, Línea 1492. Their, what's the other one here? The Línea Maduro, and then of course the Behike is the fourth, and that one was released in 2010. So the Behikes are fairly new, in the Cohiba line itself. But the Behike box is really something special to look at. They're lacquered with the, black and very pretty, very appealing band and box on all of them actually, but especially the Behike. Hence the hefty price that goes along with it. That's usually something that is up for debate whether or not it's worth it. Definitely not a cigar that you're going to smoke every day, but in my opinion, it's a really good flavor and a good experience, especially for a special occasion. When you're celebrating something or just really want to enjoy a nice smoke, a Behike is a great way to go. And again, you can pick one of these up through Solder Cigars. They offer their lounges as well as online features, so you can order, like if you're obviously outside the United States, you can order through Solder Cigars. So little shout out to them. Thank you again for the sample. Now I'm going to continue to smoke this down, and then I'll check back in with you at the end and let you know of any other flavors that came into play. So coming to the last part here of this Behike, excellent flavors again throughout. A lot of notes of, some cedar, that cocoa, even like a richer, sweeter chocolate. Little hint of vanilla. I mean, there's a lot of flavors going on in here, a lot of good combinations. Again, works excellent with my palate. Always giving my opinion on that. It just depends on what you like, but for me, this works excellent, and definitely recommend that if you have an opportunity to pick one up, you give it a shot and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear back from you. It is a full-bodied cigar, again, with all those different transitioning flavors as well as the strength. It does have in the filler a little bit of the medio tiempo, which is more of a rare tobacco leaf that's not used in too many cigars that I know of, but it is definitely a stronger leaf that's in there. It's located on the very top part of the tobacco plant, and it's only about two leaves that are considered medio tiempo, but it's an excellent kick to any cigar and great flavor. Definitely recommend it. This would be a time when you need a little cigar pick to really finish up the last little bit here because you really don't want to put this one down. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to check out cigarbixen.com and follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And definitely continue to check out my good friends at Cigar Lounger. Thanks for watching and see you next time.